Hey guys, my name's Ollie and today we're going to be looking at the fastest, most efficient way to learn the muscle up. So let's get into it. The muscle up is a compound calisthenics movement that involves both pulling and pushing. The muscle up can be broken down into 4 simple steps. The first step is the swing, the second step is the pull, the third step is the transition, and the fourth step is the straight bar dip. I'm just going to reiterate, it's very, very important that you learn each stage properly before you progress on to the next one. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do the swing. The first way is to jump on the bar and then build your momentum whilst you're on the bar. You can do this by using your hips, so bending your hips, pushing your feet forward, and then coming back. The second way is to jump into it. This is the way I prefer to do it. I find it much more natural to just jump into the bar. You'll stand a step back from behind the bar and you'll jump forward onto the bar and then use that momentum as your swing. Most people think when you do a muscle up, you come from below the bar to over the bar. This is not exactly true. When you're doing a muscle up, you're actually coming around the bar. So as you can see here in this video, you can see me coming around the bar rather than coming from under to over. This is why your swing is fundamental in the muscle up. So we're gonna just learn how to do the swing first. One important thing with the swing is that you step forward. Imagine you're stepping on something on the floor. You open your body up and you imagine you're stepping down onto something on the floor. Stand behind the bar, jump forward onto the bar, do your swing, imagine you're stepping down and then swing back and just come back to the ground. You need to learn how to do the swing before you can move on to the next step. The second step is the pull. Most people think when they do a muscle up, you're pulling to your chest. You're not pulling to your chest. You're not doing a normal pull-ups, you're pulling down. You're doing like a lat pull down. You're pulling down from your lap, keeping relatively straight arms. You're not pulling into your chest, you're pulling down. The second thing to note is that you need to be very explosive. You need to pull hard and fast. You want to do it as fast as you can. You've done your swing, you've stepped down onto the ground, you feel your momentum shift from forward to backwards, you want to start initiating the pull. Pull down from your lats and simultaneously bring your knees up to your chest. Be very explosive with this, bring them up very fast and do them at the same time. So you're pulling down and bring your knees up at the same time. If it helps, you can imagine you've got the bar with your hands and you're kneeing the bar as hard as you can. This part can be the most frustrating part, mainly because it's very hard to build that coordination and that muscle memory in order to do the movement. So my main tips for this part: pull down from your lat, bring your knees up really fast and be very, very explosive. This is going to give me the momentum to push me over the bar. I see a lot of people making the mistake of not using their knees and not being explosive enough, and that's the reason that they can't get over the bar. That's why when you first learn the muscle up, it's important to be very explosive and use your knees to get that momentum going. Third stage is the transition. This part's the most important part because this is how you come from under the bar to over the bar. The way this works is that once you reach about eye level with the bar, so you've done your swing, you've done your pull, and you pull down from your lats and you cut to about here, where your eyes are eye level with the bar, what you want to do is you want to throw your chest directly over the bar. This will mean that your center of gravity will be over the bar and your weight won't pull you back under the bar. It really helps on this part if your hands are high over the bar. Rather than like this under the bar, you want to have your wrists and your hands quite far over the bar. Fourth stage, the straight bar dip. This part I would argue is the easiest part of the movement. You just need to have the strength in order to do a straight bar dip. Once you're this position, push up using your triceps and your chest to do a straight bar dip. Now that we've learned the technique for the muscle up, I'm going to give you some useful exercises you can do to master your muscle up. The first one of these exercises, which I think is the best way to learn the muscle up, do lat pulls. The way you do this is you jump into it, you get your swing going, initiate the pull part of the movement. So the second part of the movement, you pull down from your lats, bring your knees up and return back to the front position and repeat. This will help you build the muscle memory to pull down from your lats and to bring your knees up at the same time. Do this exercise for 8 to 12 reps for 4 sets. Incorporate this into your pull workout maybe twice a week, and this will help you get the muscle up very, very, very fast. The second exercise I'm going to mention today is the explosive pull-up or pull-up to your waist. The way you do this is instead of doing a normal pull-up, you lean back first and then pull as explosively as you can down to your waist. You might not be able to reach your waist at first, you might only reach just below your chest. You want to be very explosive and try and come up as high as you can. So not just your chin above the bar, you want to try and get your chest above the bar. What can be really useful for this exercise is to use a resistance band. Resistance bands are a great tool to help you learn those movements that are just too difficult for you to do. You put the resistance band around the bar, you'll put your feet into it and you'll pull up to your waist. They can also be very good for learning the muscle up as well, so you can do muscle ups with resistance bands. The third and final exercise I'm going to show you today is the slow negative muscle up. You either jump up into the top portion of the muscle up, or use a low bar so you can get into that top part of the muscle up, and then you come down very, very, very slowly. The most important part to come down very slowly is the transition. So once you get to here and you're coming below the bar, try and bring that as slow as you can down. So this is a type of eccentric training. Eccentric training, also known as negative training, is really useful for when you can't do the concentric part of the movement or the upward part of the movement. So that's it, guys. We've gone through the technique for the muscle up and some very useful exercises you can do to master your muscle up. So all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. If you have any feedback or tips, make sure to leave them down in the comment section, and make sure to comment and subscribe if you want to see more tutorials, workout videos, and exercises like this.